You looking to sell your home on your own without an agent? Make sure you're aware of what contractual conditions and obligations you and your buyer are entering into during the home buying process. My name is Todd Porter, also known as Utah Todd. I'm one of the founders of Synergy United Real Estate Group, the Sure Group. We are brokered by XP Realty. We love seeing people succeed in the selling of their homes, and we are providing this information based on our 30 plus years of experience in the buying, selling, and investing in real estate. We are not attorneys, and we are not offering this information as such. We are simply offering this information as a courtesy, and we hope it will help you stay out of harm's way, or at least give you some perspective of what you need to be looking for as you strive to sell your home without representation.
The conditions under which the buyer is making the offer are absolutely critical for you to understand in order for you to make a decision regarding the acceptance or rejections of the offer. Here are some of the standard conditions that may or may not be initiated within the contract when an offer is presented. Hi, my name is Christopher Porter. I am also known as the Chris P. Realtor. These conditions are specified throughout the real estate purchase contract, also known as the REPC, but the majority of them are in Section 8 with the associated deadlines in Section 24. There are many potential nuances. This is an area of the contract that you need to pay particular attention to.
Number 1, due diligence condition. During the due diligence period, the buyer will complete any tests, evaluations, and verifications of the property that they deem necessary or appropriate, such as a general inspection, radon testing, mold testing, reviewing the title report, etc. In Utah, this period typically lasts around 10 days. Be sure to check Section 8.1 of the real estate purchase contract prior to accepting the offer. If the contract is contingent on their due diligence, which it usually is, they have the right to cancel and keep their earnest money if they are not satisfied with the results of their inspections and investigations. So be sure your home is in good condition and get any obvious or major defects fixed prior to putting it up for sale. Also, be sure to watch our video titled Sellers Beware, where we talk about specific parts in the real estate purchase contract that create most of the challenges for sellers.
Number 2, appraisal condition. After due diligence, the transaction enters into the financing and appraisal period. During this time, the lender orders the appraisal via a licensed appraiser. The appraiser will walk through the house and around the property to professionally assess its value. This is done for 2 reasons. 1, so the buyer is aware of the actual value of the home, and 2, so the buyer and lender knows if they can justify the loan. They don't want to give an $800,000 loan for a home that's only worth $600,000. Check Section 8.2 of the contract to see if the purchase is contingent on the home appraising for not less than the purchase price. If it appraises for less than the purchase price, the buyer has the right to cancel prior to the financing and appraisal deadline and still keep their earnest money. If they cancel after this deadline, the buyer's earnest money will be at risk. Number 3, financing condition. If the buyers require a loan to purchase your house, Section 8.3b of the REPC will apply to the contract. This will include the overall details of what happens if the buyer is unable to obtain the loan, and in 8.3bi it specifies the amount of the earnest money the seller will receive if the buyers cancel before the financing and appraisal deadline. If the buyer cancels after this deadline, the entire earnest money amount will go to the seller.
Number 4, subject to the sale of buyer's property. Check Section 2.2 of the real estate purchase contract to see if the contract is contingent on the buyer selling their property or home, meaning that these potential buyers are not going to be able or willing to purchase your home until their current residence is sold. If the contract specifies that their offer is contingent, make sure they have the subject to sell of buyer's property addendum attached to the contract. Be sure to check Sections 2 and 3 of this addendum to see if the buyer's property is listed on the MLS and if it is under contract. This will give you somewhat of an idea of how far down the home selling process that this potential buyer is on selling their current residence, which will likely give you an idea as to how long it will take for them to complete the selling of their current residence and ultimately purchase yours.
5, seller finds a replacement home. If you as the seller need to find a replacement home before you close on the home you're selling, you need to send the prospective buyers a counteroffer that includes the subject to seller securing replacement property addendum. In this addendum, you will establish a replacement property deadline, which basically says you have X number of days to find another property and go under contract on a purchase or lease. You hold the right to cancel the contract if you are unable to go under contract on a purchase or lease prior to the deadline. If you don't cancel before the deadline, then you are deemed to have waived this contingency and will still be under contract with the buyers. This only scratches the surface of the contracts and overall process of selling a home. If you have any questions or want to pass the workload onto someone else's shoulders, as well as significantly decrease your risk factors, give us a call as we are happy to help. My name is Chris Porter, also known as the Chris P. Realtor. I am a proud member of the Synergy United Real Estate Group, the SURE Group. We are brokered by eXp Realty. As always, make today an amazing day. And remember, real estate isn't just an agent's business, it's everyone's business.